What's going on, JRD Nation? Brandon Epstein here from the Jump Rope Dudes today to review some jump rope form submissions. Now, many of you send us your jump rope videos on Instagram, or you might just tag us in your videos. And so a few weeks back, maybe a couple months back, we said, hey, if you really want jump rope form advice, email us your videos and we're gonna make a video to help people improve. So a caveat, before I start this video, I just wanna say, the people who had great jump rope form, I am not gonna be reviewing in this video because you did great. So if you sent us your video and you said, give me feedback, just assume that your jump rope form is looking awesome. I can only review so many, so I wanted to pick people in this video that had some small tweaks to improve their form that I could just give them this coaching throughout the video. And I also imagine that a lot of people who watch this video may be making one or two of these mistakes as well. So hopefully you can learn from your fellow community's jump rope form mistakes. All right, let's get into the video. All right, first up, we got Aditya from India, and this guy actually has great form. The only thing I recommend for him is to just bring his right arm down just a little bit. We always talk about the importance of having parallel handles to one another. And this guy's probably just lifting his right handle up, maybe, I don't know, a foot above the other. And so he's gonna get a lot more better flow and be able to be more fluid with his jump rope form if he can have those hands be parallel to one another, and he's also gonna not mess up as much, so if you see him trip, that's a big reason why. So this is the easy thing that you can fix, Aditya. Obviously you're taking videos of yourself already, so I recommend trying to bring that right hand down a little bit so both hands are parallel to one another, shooting another video, and just work on building that new jump rope form because it's just a habit. The more you do it that way, the easier and more natural it becomes. All right, next up here we have Chanda, who's working on her boxer skip. And so one thing I could tell with Chanda, she's kind of showing you here how she's trying to figure it out without the jump rope. And so she's just doing too much, honestly. So Chanda, you're doing a little bit too much. You don't need to be hopping back and forth as much. That's not really what the boxer skip is about. So if you can look at me doing the boxer skip here, you can see that I'm not moving back and forth as much. I'm actually staying kind of in the same place, and I'm just putting one foot down, more weight on one foot and then the other. If we go back to her, she really struggles to get into any kind of rhythm at all, because she's trying to do a little bit too much. So really all she wants to do is just come up on one toe and leave the other foot down more. And you're kind of like leaning that way and putting more weight on the foot that is not up on the toe, if that makes sense. And you're going back and forth, and it's really a rhythm you're finding. It's a skipping rhythm. That's what the boxer skip is. So again, what my boxer skip looks like, that would be great. Kind of alternating back and forth, finding the rhythm. And so Chanda or anyone else out there who's struggling with the boxer skip, if you just really minimize the movement, it's gonna help you a lot. And again, the real takeaway here is to be able to just put weight on one foot and then the other. It's not a huge movement, okay? It's very minimalist. All right, next up, I don't have this guy's contact name or info or anything, but what you can see here is he's just using way too much arms and not enough wrists. So his feet look good. He's doing a fast skip here. You got a crisscross, side swipe. He looks good. Only thing I recommend to you, man, is just to minimize the arm movement. Instead, keep your arms down by your waist and use more wrists to spin the rope. That's really the only feedback I have for you. All right, next up, I don't have this person's contact info either, but she looks pretty good. The only thing I recommend for her is actually just take that left elbow and bring it a little closer to her body. She can bring her right elbow a little bit closer too. The reason being is when your arms get spread out super wide, it's a lot more likely that you're gonna be tripping over your jump rope. So just bring those elbows into your sides and you're gonna be a lot more fluid and you're gonna mess up a lot less. That's really my main advice for you. Besides that, you're looking good, looking smooth, keep it going. All right, next up here we have Diego. And Diego, he looks really nice. He's got good fluid form. The reason why I wanted to talk about Diego is because although he has a bunch of tricks down and a good rhythm, especially with the boxer skip, he's just kind of overly rotating his left wrist. And sometimes we get in a habit of just like leaning on one side of our body more than the other. And so you can see here, he's making these big circles with his left wrist. And we recommend more so just trying to keep an equal distribution as much as possible. Of course, one arm's always gonna be a little more dominant. Try to keep equal distribution in the wrist and how much each wrist is working compared to one another. And then in addition, just minimize movement in general when it comes to the wrist. Try to use the feedback of the rope to keep it going. All right, that's really all I have for you, Diego. Looking good, man. All right, next up, I don't have this girl's contact info, but she obviously can do some tricks. The thing I'd recommend for her as she's doing these double unders is to not kick her heels back. And so you can see here when she's doing her double unders, she's kicking her heels back. What we recommend to keep the jump rope fitness regimen very low impact is to actually just jump straight up. And so you can see an example of how Dan and I, whenever we do jump rope double unders, we're jumping straight up, we're keeping that good posture, and we're landing with soft knees. And if you are gonna be jumping up and doing double unders and kicking your heels back like she is, there's a greater risk for injury, and it's a lot more impact on your body, because as you can see, her heels, her legs are coming so far up, which is a lot more impact, especially on those knees when she comes back down. So my only recommendation, you look good, you got a lot of tricks, you're looking smooth, just try to jump straight up instead of kicking those heels back. All right, next up, my guy here. So it looks like he's just getting started, but he's definitely got some tricks. And what he's doing is he's doing a couple things that he could really improve. Number one, he's grabbing the very bottom of his jump rope handles. We actually recommend that you try to kind of choke up a little bit and get a little closer to the rope when you're jumping in regards to where you're holding the rope. So instead of holding the bottom of the handles, choke up, you'll have a little more control. Okay, the second thing I recommend for this guy is to definitely bring his arms closer to his body. He's gonna end up tripping over the rope a ton just because he's not giving himself a lot of room to jump over the rope because his arms are so wide. So bring your arms into your sides and you're gonna be a lot more fluid, you're gonna enjoy your jump rope routine a lot more, and it's gonna be easier for you to do tricks and not trip. So yeah, just bring those arms in, man, looking good. And now this guy right here, he definitely has some cool tricks. He's looking good, but I can tell you, you can see in this video here, he has tricks, he brings good intensity, but the reason why he continues to kind of trip up here and there is just because, again, his arms need to be a little bit closer to his body. Think about it, the farther your arms are away, the more slack you have to jump over in regards to the rope. And especially the double under, right? And you can see at the very end of the video here, he does double under and he's kicking his knees up. So again, just like in the last person I talked about, don't kick your heels back, don't kick your knees up when you're doing a double under. Instead, jump straight up and down. And so I'll show you what this looks like with us doing a double under compared to this guy. And so that's it, man. Bring your arms closer to your body, jump straight up and down when you're doing double unders, and you're looking great. Love the form, man. Keep it going. Keep doing the thing. All right, so I gave feedback to 8 of you here. Thank you all for your submissions. I appreciate it. Hopefully, number one, if we just gave you some feedback, this was helpful. If it was, let us know in the comments below. And if you watch one of these videos and you're like, hey, I do that same thing, well, hopefully this is helpful for you and it's a good tip for you to actually apply to your own jump rope workouts as well. So if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, please let us know in the comments below. We love to hear your feedback. Really, we are only as strong as this community is. So as much as we can support you doing videos like this, other resources you guys want us to provide for you, let us know. We're always receiving and responding to every single DM, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's a comment on YouTube videos. We are listening to you to provide the content you need to jump rope, get lean, and live more. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you are a beginner and you want some help with these jump rope fundamentals, I highly recommend you join our free 7-day jump rope beginner challenge. It's linked up in the description below. Just click that link, put your name and email in there, and we're gonna automatically send you to your email inbox this 7-day beginner challenge that also comes with the community to support you as well. So check that out, subscribe. Again, I'm Brandon Epstein. We are the Jump Rope Dudes, and as always, do the thing.